Hello, today we're going to be taking on Nosferatu, but first, let's go over the decks. I have Gebra with 3 Upstanding Slash, 3 Spear, and 3 Focus Spirit. For passives I brought Fervor, Keeping Stride, and Eye of Death Enervation. No light regen, cause this fight you can pretty much get by on staggering and emoing up. Next, Lowell. Pellet Blockade, Gig, Extract Fuel, Fleet Edge, Gale Kick, Will of the Prescript, Emotional Turbulence, Low Regal, and Forming Storm. For passives, Mind Hollow Wedge and High Level Acrobatics. The reason why I'm going for a Pierce focus here is that the small enemies are blunt resistant and the main boss is blunt and slash resistant, and so Pierce becomes much more efficient. Next, Callow, 2 Pellet Blockade, 2 Reload, Bayonet Combat, 2 Summary Judgment, 2 Focus Fire. For passives, bottom deal, stacking the deck, best choice Fervor and Electric Shock. If you're not going to be using General Reception passives, then I'd probably go with just something like a Pierce Singleton deck with 1 of Summary Judgment to expend ammo that you get from Ammo Supply. And finally, we got Nemo, Energy Cycle, 2 Leap, 1 Energy Conversion, 3 A Golden Opportunity, Ready Up, and Emotional Turbulence. For passives, double Defensive Dice Power, Keeping Stride, and Electric Shock. Alright. Let's get into it. Alrighty. So this boss has a lot of passives and stuff, but you pretty much can ignore all of them. The only thing you really need to know is that the boss will have up to 3 strength, depending on how little blood it has. 0, 1, and 2 is 3, and then up to 5 will bring it down to 0. And it's a 2-phase fight, and it can't fall below half HP, and then it'll go to the next phase at half HP. And then we got the bats. Similar thing, if the character has 0 or 1 blood, it'll get 2 strength. And since they start with 0 blood, they all have 2 strength, but let's go over their pages. So, Blood Sucking, 3-7, 3-7 evades, and then 3-5 that they gain 1 blood and inflict 2 bleed. This one is not too threatening because it's only 1 die. Notably, if speed is 5 or higher, all dice on the page get 2 power, and I believe all of the Sanguine Bats' pages have that effect. But this one's probably the least threatening, and it might just be worth it to ignore it because if you lose to the evade dice, it's going to be really bad. Next, another Blood Sucking. Oh, no, nothing next, only Blood Sucking. They have 2 more pages that I'll go over when we get there. But for main boss, Thirst, I think it casts this on the first scene every single time because he's never not for me. Range page 6-8, and then 5-9, and then 4-8, but the 6-8 on hit destroys all of the dice on the target's page, which, since it has 3 strength, it's quite likely. And the next one, recover HP, get blood. So, whatever. Elegant Supper, 5-8, 4-7. This one's less threatening, but again, with 3 strength, it's quite hard to beat. Gets 1 blood for on use and on hit for all the dice, and has a block counter. And Noble Repose. It's just 3-6, 3-6 blocks, and if you clash into it with an evade or a block die, it will recover 5 HP. And on use, if there's no bats, it'll spawn 1 next scene. That doesn't matter too much though. So for now, we're probably just gonna be tanking the Thirst, or maybe trying to counter it with like Gale Kick or something. And then we're gonna be trying to kill all the bats. And then once all the bats are dead, then we can take out Nosferatu, or at least phase him, and that won't be too hard. Alright, so here we go. Digging Teeth, 3-5, 3-5 with that Speed Claws, and both of the Pierce dice inflicts bleed on hit. This one's pretty easy to beat, even with the strength. It only rolls 5-7, so not too threatening. And oh, that's a lot for these guys. There we go. Banquet of Blood is a mass summation. On use, they'll lose 5 blood, and it rolls 12 to 16, and on hit, inflicts Fear of Water and restores HP to all allies. Fear of Water, I believe, makes you lose 5% max HP, but gives you 1 strength and 1 haste. I'm not too sure. If we get hit by it, then we can go over it. And 2 more Noble Reposes. So, same thing, just manage the mass attack and then get damage in on the bats, try and kill them, or I'll stagger them, and we'll see if we can kill them on scene 3 or 4. Alright, for Abnormality Pages it doesn't matter too much, none of them are particularly interesting in the tier 1 area at least for this fight. I think I might just take Vengeance and put on my Calo because he's kind of sucking right now, but that's it pretty much. Here we go, last page from the bats, Avid Thirst, same speed clause, and then a 2 to 8 evade, and then a 4 to 8 pierce that on hit it gives them 3 blood, inflicts 4 fragile, and recovers 5 HP. This one is pretty threatening because 4 fragile is quite a lot, so try and avoid getting hit by it, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And yeah, just same stuff. So this scene I'm going to try and stagger or kill all of the bats, and then we can try and deal with Nosferatu. Alright, once again, not too much. I think Prey's probably the best one of these 3, just because extra damage and it's pretty much guaranteed. I'll just put that on Gebra. Alright, so here I'm going to kill this bat, stagger this bat, and then I will dump everything else on Nosferatu, because I want to keep 1 bat alive for the next scene so he doesn't spawn another one. But other than that, we're pretty much free to do whatever. Alright, tier 2 pages, I think Instinct's Absorption is probably the best combo. I'm going to take Instincts first, just because I'm not sure how much health my Gebra is restored with keeping Stride, and so this will pretty much guarantee it. I did accidentally kill that bat, but it shouldn't matter too much. We have enough dice to be able to kill it and bring this guy down to 175 HP. And we can finally see his last page, Scarlet Meal. 4 to 6, and then 6 to 10 that on Clash reduces the power of the next die by 1, and then a 3 to 7 that gets blood, and on use it gives 3 prot into haste to other allies, 2 other allies that is. Doesn't matter too much in this case since there's 10 disarm, so the defensive dice will roll 1, but normally the 6 to 10 is kind of hard to beat, but not too threatening in the end. Alright, now we have phase 2, and so we'll have a new set of pages. Lust for Blood, similar to the other mass attack, but rolls higher, 17 to 22 this time, and we'll give all allies 1 strength next scene. Same Fear of Water passive, and this time I'll inflict 2 feeble and fragile. Unbearable Drought, 7 to 11 that destroys all dice on the target's page, and then 5 to 9, 4 to 8, 4 to 8, 4 to 8. This one's also pretty scary. 7 to 11 with 3 strength is a 10 to 14, which is fairly hard to beat normally. But we have the red mist, so whatever. And finally, Looming Presence, 3 to 9, 3 to 9 evades. This one is pretty much a throwaway page. So, gonna kill this bat, and then dump everything else on Nosferatu, and we should be able to kill him in 2 or 3 scenes. Alright, and here I'm just going to take Absorption, because it's just an extra 3 strength in this case, pretty much. Well, in this case it's only 2, but whatever. Let's see, Merciless Gesture, 3 to 9, 3 to 9 slash, not too much to say about it, gives blood on hit and loses blood on use. Yeah, that's it. So here we should be able to kill Nosferatu, even ignoring the bat, since it's clashing 2. Gebra, the Retaliate passive will pretty much clean that up for us. So just dump everything onto Nosferatu and they should die. Alright, so a lot of mechanics, but easy enough that you can just pretty much ignore them and just outroll them with the red mist and whatever. Even without the red mist, it's still pretty simple, but yeah, that's the fight. After defeating Nosferatu, you'll get access to these Abnormality Pages. Fear of Water is a fairly difficult page to use. Passively, it makes all the selected librarians' dice inflict 1 bleed on hit, and the librarian also gets 1 blood on hit. Blood is a status effect that has different properties based on how much blood the character has. At 0 blood, the librarian loses 4 to 8 stagger resist at the start of the scene. When above 1 blood, when rolling offensive dice, the librarian takes between 2 and 7 damage to boost the damage of their die by between 3 and 7. At 15 or more blood, the librarian gets 2 strength and all blood is lost at the start of the next scene. 3 blood is lost at the start of every scene naturally as well. I can't really speak for the power of this page, as despite using Gebra's floor for pretty much the rest of the game after this point, I've taken this page a total of 1 time. Surely it's better when combined with the other Abno pages that Nosferatu gives you, but then you lose out on the Instinct's absorption combo, so I'm not sure if it's worth it. In any case, Wine is up next, and upon killing an enemy that has bleed, all allies restore 10 HP, and if you have Fear of Water, you'll get max blood stacks at the start of the next scene. Honestly, I think this one kinda sucks even in context of enabling Fear of Water, as the trigger condition is fairly hard to get and the reward is quite low and I have trouble justifying taking it, but again, maybe I'm wrong here. The last page is Vampirism, which is also the most usable. Upon hitting an enemy with bleed, deal 2 to 4 additional damage and heal 2 to 5 HP. This one is usable without Fear of Water or Wine as long as you can somewhat consistently inflict bleed. If you can't and didn't take Fear of Water though, I would avoid taking this page. In the next video, we'll be taking on Hakma's first abnormality, Burrowing Heaven. I'll see you soon, and as always, thank you for watching.